All right, looks like we are we got the green light and we're good to go. Although YouTube still says it's waiting for me. All right, I'm just gonna get started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the live stream where we talk about the watch list and then we trade the market open every trading day. Hope everyone had a good Wednesday. Today's Thursday and it is the 30th of January and 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Market opens at 9:30, so we got another 15 minutes to review the watch list like always. We'll do 30 minutes of trading after the market opens, and then we'll wrap up the video or the live stream. So this whole thing should be about 45 minutes. Check the video description below if you guys got any questions. Let's get into it. On the chart right now, I have LLIT, and the reason I'm looking at LLIT is because this has been one of the big runners in the last few days. Had some really big support at 1.5. I'm a little kind of shocked that we missed that one because this one kind of screams our pattern. Did miss this one. Did run up though around 60%. Now pulling back to about 211, and I was just kind of watching this dip. I'm not going to trade pre-market, but I was just kind of enjoying just watching this thing go a little bit. We got 3 on our watch list. I think 2 are new and 1 is, yeah, MGEN is the first one I want to talk about, and I don't think that one's not very new. You guys already know about it. What's up, Shane? Good morning. I'm going to see if I can somehow organize my screen a little bit better so I can have the chat open all the time. I just, maybe I could disconnect it. I think that would work. One second, guys. We got plenty of time. How's everyone doing? Hey, Anis. All right. Well, you know what? I'll fidget with that later. For now, just watching LLIT bounce. Let's get into it. So MGEN, guys, let me pull this one up. This one's looking really nice. It was one of the top ones on our scanner. 54 million market cap, 29 million float. It's a US biotech company gapping 70%. Although it did pull back pretty hard, around 30%, which makes me a little nervous. Positive data for a T-cell leukemia result. I'm not really sure about the whole study. It's quite extensive. I would definitely recommend you guys check it out. I typically don't go through any of the biotech studies though, but you know, good PR on a study they've been doing. So that's really good. Warrants at 715 though. Want to watch out for that. Other than that, I mean, this thing's pretty far away from 715. I think this thing could really run today. We're also above, I mean, this thing has been running for the last few days, so just keep that in mind, but we broke above all big resistance zones. So let's quickly go to the long-term chart, show you guys what I mean by that. And right now we hit a high of $3. So we went all the way up to here where there's, you know, long-term resistance, and then we pulled back, and then we kind of approached $2 again. So just so you guys can see what that looks like on this chart. I was really thinking about trading this one pre-market around 8. But again, I don't want to really do any pre-market trading. A little pause off of that after some pretty rough experiences in December. This one does look pretty good though, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, opening bell, this thing could really keep on gapping. I like the fact that $3 is kind of the benchmark for resistance right now. So clearly, I mean, it's got some ways to go. So like trading a double top or something like that could be really good market open. Yeah, Shane, LEE was not fun. Morning, Nick, Soren, Isaac. That was a disaster trade. And you know what? It's totally my fault. I can review it in a little bit here. I just didn't get out of it in time. I was kind of watching it and I was like, every time it bounced back up, I was like, this is the reversal. This is the reversal. I think I said that to myself like 5 times. It was a complete disaster. And usually I'm really quick at getting out of bad trades, but LEE really whacked me hard. That was my biggest percent loser of the challenge, which is ridiculous. GNPX swing. Yeah, GNPX is up quite a bit. We could talk about that one after I go finish the last 2 stocks. SINT, 4 million market cap, 2 million float. I want to talk about this one first. It's pulling back though quite hard, so also making me a little bit suspicious. Maybe around $2 could be a good bounce area. It's a US medical appliances and equipment company gapping up 160%. But again, yeah, pullback was really aggressive. These guys have a collaboration with Nissan Manufacturing Ltd. And anytime there's kind of some sort of collaboration with a larger company, these small caps will absolutely rip. And you can kind of see it. This thing, gapping up 160% is really no joke. So it was pulling back. Let's see. I think I remember something over 30%. Yeah, 42%. That's a pretty aggressive pullback. It did kind of find some support though near this high too. So might have a nice little bounce here. Warrants at about 3.3 to 3.6, so keep an eye out that. This thing just made it to 3.7, so I'm not really sure if there's some dilution going on in creating this huge sell-off. Bit stronger than usual. You typically want to see something that is gapping up, kind of holding its highs and ready to keep ripping. This thing's, that's a really aggressive pullback it had. Let's just talk about the last one, MYOS, 19 million market cap, 5 million float. US drug company gapping up 60%. So they have a partnership deal with Chewy, and so another large company. And yeah, like we just said with SINT, that's always really good news. They have warrants at 7, so just keep an eye out for that. But again, we're way below 7, so this thing could keep pumping. I like kind of how it's holding its highs much nicer too. So this thing kind of, let's see here, having some super glitchy issues right now. Okay, I'm pulling back about 27%, not too bad. But I typically don't want to see anything pulling back over 30%. That's when I get a little sketched about the company. I feel like there's something else going on. Shane, my first red day in more than a month. Yeah, that's really good. There's nothing wrong with a red day. It's really just having small red days, and that's what we did not avoid yesterday. We started off this month really hot. It wasn't until like well into the second half of the month where we had our first red day, and it was only a $10 loss, so it really wasn't that bad. It's just yesterday was really unacceptable. I don't know if we're going to be trading GNPX. It's been kind of dying. I haven't seen any new news about it. What's this one? Results, isn't that the same as 29? Closes offering. Okay, so it does have an, okay, yeah. I might have some new news. That's right, Diego. That's super true. You can't even think about yesterday. And honestly, a big reason of why I had such a whack trade yesterday is because I was thinking about the challenge the whole time I was in the trade. And I was thinking, okay, what do we need to go green on the day? And I knew this was my second trade I could make yesterday. So I only had 2 trades available yesterday. And I was thinking about all these different things that were super irrelevant to LEE. If I was just focusing on LEE, I would have, realized that I needed to get out of that position. So I made a super grave mistake on that one. Sebastian, today's a green day, I can smell in the air. Very nice. No, warrants are not good. They're basically when they can represent a lot of things. They can either represent some new dilution going into the stock. So basically new shares being sold into the market at that price, which is really, really bad. That's typically referred to as dilution. And then you also have some deals with companies or employees where they have options to sell at certain areas. And that can also be really bad because it could really be a huge ceiling of where the price of that stock can go. I find them in 10 Qs. I'm thinking about making a whole video series on warrants, but I'm not totally sure yet about it. Maybe in February or March. I just have zero time for it at the moment. Most of my mornings right now is working on either Trade Journal or working on taxes, because taxes are due tomorrow, the first part of taxes. So like, Schedule Ks, 1099s, all that stuff I have to do for our other companies. So it's taking a lot of my time right now. It's also why I think I've been so delirious lately. To be honest, I really want to get a little bit more aggressive in the first 15 minutes of the market open. I think that's where I really want to be focusing my energy on. And then the second 15 minutes, I probably will slow down my trading. The problem is today though, I don't see any stock that I feel like super comfortable about getting really aggressive with the market open. Maybe MGEN. So I think I'm going to be watching that one. That's kind of where all the time there's the big opportunities, and you know, almost at the end of every trading day, I'm like, you know, these two spots would have been the time to have the good trade. This would have been the good trade of the day, yada yada. So a little annoying. We got another 4 minutes till the market opens. I had a limit order out here for MGEN. I'm going to go ahead and actually probably remove this one. Maybe make it a little I'm just going to put it near big support. I really like this general potential trade we have in this area, but I'm just going to go ahead and remove this one. And put it at 93 for now. So also good news. We have all of our small account challenge funds officially in one account. Praise the Lord, baby Jesus, because that has been a kind of annoying hurdle, constantly switching accounts, having issues with one margin account and one cash account, and then having some in the Roth IRA. I finally got them all into one account. So here you can see the whole account size. Right now we're at 5,062. We were at the beginning of this week at 5,360 or something like that. So this week was just not my week at all. That's not a bad idea, Sor. Based on the behavior of buyers and sellers. Maybe we could talk about that a little bit. It would definitely be a separate video. I'll have to think about where I want to put it. I do have a whole video on the gap and go strategy though. Have you checked it out yet? GMP. I'm about to watch it again myself. So for SINT, I did find some warrants. Let me quickly go check it again. At 3.3 to 3.6, and it went all the way up to 3.7. So I'm not sure if there were some warrants exercised or not, but there's a good chance that they were. Another minute 50 till the market opens. A lot of activity in the chat room this morning. All right. No, minute 25. MGEN, there's a good chance we might have an entry here. Again, my limit order is at 93. I might even pull it back a little bit more to 91. The only thing about this one, yeah, okay, pull it back to 91. This could be a possible quick entry. I'm going to keep an eye out if this thing breaks $2. That's kind of my trading criterion on this one, below $2. Then we'll be watching it. Otherwise, I probably want to be trading this with a closer to 400 shares. I basically need to divide this 5,000 by 6 because we alternate 3 trades every day on this cash account, and that comes out to about 8,000, like 300 or something like that. I mean, 830. Yeah, so a little bit big. All right, guys, here we go. 7 seconds till the market opens. Deep breaths. Ew, that was loud. Ooh, check out those buyers in there. That was a huge amount of buyers. Trying to move higher, but seeing some big resistance in this area. I'd be a little bit cautious just because it's already had quite a run. SINT, one of the biggest percentage gainers of the day. GNPX actually has the most dollar volume, but it's not really moving. All right, here we go. SINT, strong move higher. Maybe we can get a little pullback here. Right around 250 would be a nice entry. Former breakout zone. MGEN is pulling below 2.26. Remember, this one had some warrants. I don't want to trade this one anymore. I was hoping we would get a flash crash on that first red candle. So I'm going to pull out my limit order on this one. We would have just had an execution, but I was hoping that it was the first candle that would do that bounce, not the second one. Small, tiny market cap, guys, tiny float. Already up 160%. Bounce is a little weak here. Keep an eye on it. Big partnership deal. Okay, that looked like it would have been a good pullback, but again, I was hoping it would be a flash pullback here on this one. Let's see what happens here. 2.9. Breaking out now. MGEN at $2. Watch out with SINT, guys. Looking a little shaky. Let's see if this one keeps pulling back. Gonna see if there's gonna be one more pullback here. Just gonna keep a close eye on it. 4 minutes since the market opened. Pretty slow day. Markets are down. Keep an eye on that. SINT is one of the biggest movers now at $3. So it seems like this would have been probably the trade. I was just a little bit, I don't know. I don't like when, these start crawling back. But yeah, that would have been the one. I like the energy on this one. Big percentage moves. I mean, that's a 24% move right there. Still got a close eye on MGEN, but I'm mainly focusing on SINT. I'm going to throw on our second scanner, see if we have anything moving that's not on our watch list. Wow, is that really a result of 25? I feel like we've never had such a small result before. APTX, INO, MGEN. Maybe we get a little pullback here. Seven minutes now since the market opened. We're still fully in the gap and go strategy. Just keep an eye on everything. MGEN having some real issues staying above $2. All quiet on the trading front. This is an unusual day. Markets are pulling back up now. Quite a volatile little market open. What's up, Mike? What's up, Joshua? Slow day, slow day. The SINT first trade would have been the one. I removed my limit order though on that one. I was a little bit sketched out. I don't like when they're so slow. Those pullbacks. I don't really think we're going to get an entry here, but I'm just going to keep this order here, kind of as a benchmark. Let's see if we get a 5-minute pullback back to about 2.5, some support in this area. We still have quite a bit ways to go till we hit the former high of 3.78. Fast little pullback just now. Again, we have an order here, 370 shares at 259. Actually, it's supposed to be 57. All right, pulling back up. $9.41, guys. MGEN. Getting close to our limit order. Went to 93. Big buyers at 196, 197. Move it down again. I'm going to go back to SINT. There's a lot of things pulling back. Again, guys, markets are a little weak and nothing has too much dollar volume. I would be a little bit careful. Just keep in mind we're having kind of a slow morning. SINT pulling back. Could be finding some big support right here under VWAP. $274. Yeah, you know what? That first trade with SINT would have been the one, huh? Oh well. It's a weak morning. I think MGEN might continue pulling back today. LLIT, guys, 2.4 already. This one was at 1.5 yesterday, so that, or like 1.53. So LLIT, the fact that it's back at 2.4 is quite impressive, I gotta say. Yeah, this one's ripping. Not really sure how we're gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna be trading this one, but who knows? There could be a double bottom here, maybe around 2.2 10 or something like that. I'm just going to go ahead and put that an alert on. This might be something we want to trade after the live stream, where we're going to be looking for some bigger pullbacks. Just going to put an alert on this one. MGEN still kind of at 2, SINT at 2.7. MYOS, let's quickly check this one out. Totally selling off. Just was not a lot of interest in this one. Slow morning. I see you guys are all busy trading too. That's good. I like that. All right, SINT pulling back now. Move my Luna order down just one more time. You know, it's tough to say. GNPX is kind of interesting. It's just, you know, it's a little down, like it's not moving today, right? It depends what you're trying to do with it. It's not really that it's not interesting. I just for our trading style, it's maybe not super compelling at the moment. What's DTSS doing? Yeah, SINT also very, very weak, guys. Nothing's moving that, you know, 50, 60, 100% morning open. $47 now, 9:47, 17 minutes since the market opened. Looks like we might get a fill. DTSS halt. Yeah, that one looks actually really good. 112% up, 83 million market cap, 29 million shares outstanding. Just it has no volume. $700,000 in volume being traded. Just watch out. Honestly, no, not really sore. Like, I just get more. I just wait for that second half of the morning when I do my pullbacks, and usually that's my favorite time to trade anyway. It's really this first 30 minutes is all about the gap and go strategy, and if you don't have anything gapping and going, it's totally fine as well. You know, it doesn't happen all the time. It happens most days of the week though. Yeah, it's totally fine if you don't get anything. I mean, this is probably the biggest gap and go we had, SINT, and yeah, I don't know, what was that, about 30%? 26%. My mouse is again having issues. I'm gonna have to order a new one. God, this week has just been, this has not been my week, huh? Oh well, that's just how it is. I'll check out DTSS really quickly just to throw it on the chart for you guys. This is why I'm a little bit nervous about DTSS. It does not have a lot of volume, so you could get really stuck in this one. It got halted. I mean, this thing could fly. I don't know. I do not know how we feel about this one. The spread is probably ridiculously massive. It will be fun to see this thing get unhalted. It was at 43.22. Okay, so Maybe it's a 10-minute hold. Should have been unhalted already. MGEN pulling back now, and SINT both pulling back. I'm actually going to remove my SINT order. It's not really any longer what I want to be doing. Just take the SINT with market order. Yeah, I could, but for some reason, I'm a little skeptical on this breakout right now, and I don't want to be trading these kind of setups. I don't know, it's not very clear to me what's going on. Could break higher now though. Having some issues though under VWAP. 275, buyers coming in now. I do like the moves it makes though. This thing is just, it runs, it rips really, really hard, and I like that a lot about it. So we've had a pretty strong 5-minute pullback. We've had two. $286, $287. Anyone long SINT? $2.9. Buying the ask right here would be an interesting move for a break above 3 or 2.95, but not for me. Not for me at all. Let's see what we get. Okay, finding some big support now. Just needs to keep on ripping. Very light dollar volume. I mean, this is the stock. This is one of the stocks with almost the most dollar volume of what we want to be trading, and it's only at 20 million. So fairly light. Shane got in. Shane's like, I'm all in. All right. Still have a lot of my focus on MGEN out of the corner of my eyes at 1.94. This doesn't look half bad on SINT. It's maintaining the momentum. Here we go, cracking up higher. Can we break past 3? Yeah, seriously, good luck, man. I think you got a good trade though. I like it. We were, or at least I was a little bit too cautious down here, and I don't really regret it. This thing's already pulling up 15%. Really, really nice move. $2.7 was a solid entry. Really, really solid entry. When this thing didn't crack down, it probably would have been a good time to get in. So we tried to crack here, didn't work. Tried again here, didn't work. So as buyers really came in, kind of confirmed that they were there, it probably would have been a good time to enter. But like you did, Shane, But for me, I'm trying to focus now on those first 15 minutes a little bit more with my gap and go breakout strategy, because I've identified, that's usually where I'm always like, that would have been the trade. So, although we have some really nice breakouts at like 950, 955 as well. So, I'm not saying that you don't get breakouts then too. DTSS still ripping on higher. I bet you there's some serious shorts getting squeezed like crazy on this thing. This thing is up, yeah, 120%. It says it's up 165%. I'm not really sure what I'm counting here. 9. Oh, okay, so this was today. Yeah, Thursday, of course. Interesting. It has no pre-market. Not really sure how we're going to trade MGEN. I think after the live stream, I'm going to have to really think about this position. I just don't want to really be thinking about it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Although there's a good chance we will be trading MGEN. I wouldn't be surprised in the recap video if that's the one I talk about. A bad habit of holding too long. That's like the opposite of my bad habit of getting out too early. So, maybe it's a good habit, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking profits. It's usually a good little strategy. Slow morning, guys. Yesterday was a catastrophic morning for me. Today was just a slow morning. So I think the evening is really where I'm going to be doing my trading today, which is nice. I like some of my favorite times are between 10 and 11, and then 11 to 12 you can get some really nice stuff too. But at that point things become really drawn out. I like to really crank out my trades usually before then. And then by noon Eastern Standard Time, totally done. That's the plan. SINT pulling back now. It's tough. This is kind of a wishy-washy chart, a little choppy. Try to break out here. I think this breakout though at the 2.9 was quite nice. It just was very short-lived, unfortunately. SINT wants the crackers. It's coming. It's pulling back. $2.9 seems to be some new resistance here. MGEN 1.95. Really slow. Man, is everything super slow today? What is going on? Is there something I don't know about? Let's check the scanner again, see what's going. SINT, INO, yeah, all the things we have on our scanner, so nothing really new going on here. There's DTSS, it's just the volume is tiny, although it's picking up a little bit. Whew, just had a huge pullback. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up there. It was good fun trading with you guys. Slow day. At least we had something to talk about with SINT. Shane, nice you got out. Solid trade though. 30 cents on something that price. That's amazing. Really good work, dude. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's always good fun having you guys in here. If you guys have not done so already and you enjoy this content, consider leaving a like. I know today was a little slow, but that's just the market. You don't really know what's going to happen. Maybe tomorrow for Flying Friday, we're going to get some rippers because I am ready for it. yeah, if you're new here and you want to see some more trading, we're going to be coming out with a recap video in a little bit. So consider subscribing. I would love to have you. And yeah, guys, till tomorrow then, stay safe and make some awesome trades. All of you guys, DTSS now pulling back. Let's keep an eye on it. Woo, this thing's ripping.